Hi there, and welcome to another edition of the TC Experience. So this is the second video I'm recording today. The first one was about the deer, which I've been recording, but this video I feel needs to be separate. And pardon me about my dishevelled hair. This is still quite a windy day post Storm Dennis that raged its havoc over the weekend. Okay, enough about that, because I really want to talk about something else of a really serious matter, which is such a tragedy that happened at the weekend with Caroline Flack. And what happened was, it was about 6:25 Saturday evening, and it came up on my phone: Caroline Flack is dead. I was so shocked. I gasped in shock. I went, what? Oh my God, it can't be. And then I looked and I checked the news, and it came up that yes, it was true. And very soon after, it was there on the BBC website, and with more details as well. And I just could not believe it. Really couldn't. And I thought, this is crazy. Here is a woman. She's still only 40, very attractive, still at the peak of her life and her career, and life took such a tragic turn. And going back to December, this is where everything was fine for her, with Love Island, more new series that were going to be made each year, all looking great. And then something really, it's hard to describe it, mad, I don't know, irrational, hard to explain, where an incident with her boyfriend led to a 999 call being made. He had to go to hospital, and then she was taken to court and charged with assault. And you could see at the time, just before Christmas, you could see with the pictures, she was in total shock, and a very different looking person to this bright, vivacious, confident, smiling person we're used to seeing. And that's the other part, I think, that shocks us so much, because she really came across to all of us as a truly likeable, lovable, warm, friendly TV personality that we could relate to. And we could relate to her because she did still seem grounded and one of us, rather than a prima donna who puts themselves up, I don't know, up in the clouds somewhere. And I think that's my point, really. Well, I have 2 points. One is, well, life can take such a turn. You think everything is going absolutely fine, and then boom, out of nowhere, something happens. Means life takes a really dramatic turn of events, and yeah, it can hit you very, very hard. And how many of you have found yourselves in that situation? And you know, we find ourselves in a similar situation of life taking a dramatic turn out of the blue, and then it's a case of how do you deal with it. And there are some of us who have the resilience to deal with it. And you know, I feel whatever life throws at you, and I do feel I've been knocked down a number of times, it's a case of having that resilience to bounce back up again and somehow get out of that situation and move on, onwards and upwards. But not everybody has that. Some people are more vulnerable, more fragile. Their mindset is prone to depression. And to be fair to Caroline Flack, I'm not saying anything that is any way critical of her, because really very few people could withstand what she had to withstand in terms of the media attack, the tabloid media. They were really gunning for her with so much negative stuff, and really very hurtful as well. And the social media and the trolls, these people who say so much stuff that is really vile, vicious, malicious and mean. and perhaps in her situation. And I should add that the court order was that her and her boyfriend were not allowed to have any contact at all before the court case. You imagine, maybe something happened, okay, but they still were deeply in love with each other, but they weren't. All over Christmas and New Year, no contact allowed. It came to Valentine's Day, no contact allowed. So imagine how she felt, on her own and vulnerable. Yes, I have no doubt she had the support of her family, but perhaps for her that was not the same as having a boyfriend there as a rock and support as well. And I feel everyone's really let her down. The media, people on social media, the justice system, the court system, the TV broadcast station, because it seems that they kind of just ditched her without any real compassionate support for her afterwards. This has been reported that she felt that she'd been effectively hung out to dry. So you put all that together and, you know, very, very sad. And yes, okay, there are some people who can maybe withstand all of that, but they have to be really tough inside. And so sad about what happened with her. And I really genuinely feel incredibly sad within for a person that I did not know personally. I didn't, but yet I feel like I really did kind of know her from what I saw on the TV. And I know that sounds a strange thing to say, but I did. And my final message I do want to say is they really have got to do something to better regulate the tabloid media, to stop them from some of this really intrusive and negative reporting. And just because somebody is a celebrity, you see, they believe that if you're in the public eye, the media have the right to report anything they choose, whether it's positive or negative. I just think there has to be a boundary line that says, no, even if you're in the public eye, there is still a line, there's still a boundary line, and you go no further. Because right now, it seems to me, there are no boundary lines. And on social media, again, it is still privileged to the West, boundary lines. I'll just put in direction now, because I know it's in a windy patch, it really distorts the sound on this video. And so, yes, something needs to be done about social media and the trolls. And I heard something on the radio today which I agreed with, that says maybe the time has come where you're not allowed to be anonymous anymore, you're not allowed to use a pseudonym, and you have to post a picture of yourself, and that picture must be verified. And when I heard that, I thought, yes, this is probably the way forward, and I hope all of this can be implemented in the near future, and we can say this is all in the name of Caroline Flack and in her memory, so that this will be an example of out of something bad, something truly bad, can come something good in her memory. Okay, thank you.